What's up, YouTube? So I got the shock, the damper rod pulled out of this KYB shock for the 84 RM500. The model of this shock is a KYB 46 millimeter remote bladder. And I know Showa shocks, whenever you go to take this nut off, you need to grind the peening back a little bit. Because whenever they put that nut on, they kind of hammer the threads over to where you're just going to booger the nut if you try to just take it right off. So usually just kind of walk all the way around with a grinder, a Dremel, whatever you want to use, and take this nice square nut and do that to it, kind of bevel the top of it. So this is a KYB shock, and I just got in the habit of doing this with all of them because, I mean, some of them are goofy. I don't know. This one, even though it's not a Showa, definitely had some kind of painting going on, so I'm glad that I ground away part of it. But I must not have done enough, because as soon as I busted it loose, I could see it tore like a thread of the shaft out, because that used to be ground totally flush. But you can see it's sorry about my focus. You can see it's only flush there on the left, about halfway around, and then it just starts to peel that thread away. So what I'm trying to figure out is what is inside here. I guess I'm concerned that if that little chunk comes free, which I don't think it will, and that ends up coming out of the inside, I guess basically, is that a possibility? I don't know. I kind of think, I don't know. I mean, there's probably 5 threads. It goes all the way down there to the bottom of the nut. So I kind of think if I just snug that thing up with a bunch of red Loctite, it's all gonna hold together. I don't imagine there's a ton of pressure going on in there. But then again, I don't know. I mean, it's swapping fluid around, and the whole thing's gonna get pressurized to 100 and probably 50 psi. Yeah, sorry, I'm not really doing it justice. There we go. You can kind of see what's in there. I don't know. I mean, this adjuster for compression or rebound, whichever one it is, it if you look in this little hole, it changes the sorry, this is a bad video. There we go. It changes what's going on inside there. See, as I turn it, it changes the size hole, which is metering fluid through it. I would like to think this shaft I'm spinning is, I don't know, kind of, I don't know. I guess my question is, if anybody is familiar with these shocks, how big of a problem is that going to be? Because I've never had one of these apart. I had more thread there, but I ground it all the way back to about where it started to crack, because it wasn't going to do any good if I had a thread that was just sitting there floating around. So that is pretty much all of the damaged stuff removed, and that should be all good shaft from there on. So if anybody knows what they're looking at right inside here, that little piece, is that going to fall out, or is that in there anyway and I got nothing to worry about other than this? Because if so, I could just kind of dress that all up and make it look pretty. But I'm inclined to just go forward with it as is unless I hear some feedback from anybody that says otherwise. All right. Peace.